Okay, Caitlin, first of all, do not vape into your mic. It pisses me off.
There's a lot that, like, when I would edit, I would be fuming at my desk over things that happened a week ago. Like,
Yeah.
Caitlin, why the fuck would you?
go
Was
like
it always me?
For the most part, I mean, sometimes it was me. Like, I would notice that, like, I would interrupt. Like,
Yeah.
I keep interrupting on the Am I the Assholes, and every time I would edit, I'm like, God damn it, I just want to cut the whole thing because it makes me cringe.
same.
But, yeah.
Editing is making me hate you guys. I'm just kidding.
No, there's a
I'm just
little
kidding.
part of me that's...
I'm sure once I start editing, I will feel the same way. I'll be like,
I
Yeah.
think it's
doing
just
that.
like I did it just now. I interrupted you.
That was what Matthew said. That Matthew
know.
kept interrupting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I do it too.
Yeah.
Just like
Well,
they
I haven't found a reason to be mad at you yet while I was editing.
Really?
Yeah. Other than, like, a silly joke or something, I'm like, oh, that wasn't funny. But, like, it wouldn't be, like, anything, like, God damn it, Becca, why the fuck?
Well, I feel like I kind of like jump down your throat on things.
Oh, not counting that. I mean...
You're like, I hate you for that.
That's just the way you are.
No, I actually wanted to say sorry.
No, dude, it's fine.
I feel like I'm way too harsh,
It's fine.
and I forget that you're so young and that.
Oh, I'm naive, and I'm just a little
No,
guy.
I'm just saying. When I was your age, I didn't like.
Ow.
I'm trying to think of how to say this.
You don't realize how naive you actually are in your early
I
20s
wasn't saying that.
until you're out of your early 20s, and then you look back and you're like,
Dude, you
"Yikes."
just turned 30, and you're like, when I was in my 20s.
I said early 20s.
No, but yesterday you said something like, in my 20s, and I was just like, you just turned 30.
Yeah, Mama.
I mean,
You
how
already
else-
are like,
How else do I say it?
it's a
then?
different me. I don't know. Just be like, I don't know. When I was, like, I wouldn't be like, in my teenage years.
I don't know.
But like, when I was like 25.
It was just shorter to say in my 20s than in my early 20s.
I don't know. It
or
was
in
just,
my mid-20s.
I just thought it was funny, because I'm like, you just turned 30. You're like, back in my day.
But I do want to say I'm sorry, Matthew, and
There's
I'm
nothing
too harsh on you.
There's nothing to apologize
No,
for.
there is,
No,
because
for
I
real.
get really intense, and sometimes I don't realize that I'm being so intense. And I'm like you'll say something, and I'll like literally jump inside your throat, and like
Live there.
yeah,
It's-
and it's not fair, and I shouldn't.
I
do
don't
that.
really feel like it's a problem. Honestly.
Becca, you've been a lot better about it. In the beginning of our pod days, like I remember you guys would get in a heated debate, and I'd just like lay down and get a blanket and get comfortable because I'd be like, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better about it because I know that not everyone lives inside my brain, and not everyone is as passionate about things as I am, and not everyone knows like the full rundown of everything. Like if you say something that's slightly offensive, like maybe you don't know the full context of why it's
For the
offensive.
most part, I do, though. That's why I'm... That's why I'm like, it's not a problem.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be offensive.
Sometimes I fully am aware of the consequences of my actions. And then you're like, dude, you can't say that. I'm not going to be like, whoa, you're way out of line for that. Because
I know.
I know what I'm doing for the most part. You know what I mean?
I think I'm too intense instead of just being like, Matt, chill. I'm like, Matthew, I'm gonna give you a full history
Yeah.
lesson and this and that, and you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And like, I'm too intense. Or
I feel like educating someone when they have an uneducated opinion is not wrong,
yeah,
unless it goes on too long.
yeah.
Like, the Big Mike thing, for real, like, there was no afterthought of why. It was just kind of like, Obama has a dick! Or Michelle Obama.
I really hate that we have an episode titled Big Mike.
Me too.
I love it.
actually.
I hate it.
love it.
It's our
I
least
hate
viewed video.
Yeah, but like all of our videos are the least viewed video. It's
No.
we have no traction right now. Like none.
We normally get like 50 views, and then
Yeah,
that
but-
one has like 9.
But that's okay. I mean, I'm not expecting anything, honestly, ever. Because eventually, sure, if something happens, cool. But I mean, I'm not trying to expect anything to happen, because if every video I'm like, oh, this one should be good. It's like, even if the content is good, the views won't always be there. That's just how it is. I mean, we have 15 subscribers. That's great.
15 friends with benefits.
God damn it, dude.
I just edited that episode, so it's like in the back of my
Yeah.
mind. I'm like, why did I say
Yeah.
that?
There you go, interrupting me again.
Sorry.
No, that's not. No, I interrupt both of you guys more than I even know. I'm not even trying to like put our views into a conversation because it's just we have like one video that has 100 views. If we were getting like millions and millions per episode or like 100,000 per episode and that one had like 15, that would be different. But
well, if we were getting that much and then somebody saw that video, that one would probably get the most views because it's controversial and it would all be hate comments. Like we got our first rude comment.
Oh yeah.
On,
Apparently me and you are
TikTok?
slow.
Yeah.
well, I thought it was what Justin said. He was like, this is just, goes to show the state of America. And then the guy was like, how do you know this shit is from America, though? See, that's your problem. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, you're on a TikTok that has, like, 1,000 views, and you're arguing with people. It makes no sense to me. Like, how do you go through your... Like, if it was, like... a big video and it had like a ton of people talking. It's like, all right, let me put my fucking hat in the ring. There's 3 people watching this. Literally. And you're arguing with both of them.
That dude has commented on almost every single one of our TikToks.
Like, he's a super fan.
Like,
yeah, he is.
It's
He's our
cool.
biggest fan, Matthew.
It's cool that he's so involved.
What if it's mom?
No.
Why would she be beefing with Justin? Like,
Why
the
would
dude
she
didn't even
disguise
know it was
herself as,
Justin.
like a 40-year-old man. Yeah, I commented back in defense of Justin.
I saw that and I was just like, why even?
And then he responded back, and then I was like, that's for this. I'm gonna leave it.
I woke up one morning and I saw that and I was just like,
well, I was just like, most countries have bidets, and the United States isn't one of them. So I think it's safe to assume.
oh, was it for the shit rag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember now.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
And then they clapped back with, bidets are becoming more popular in the United States. And
It's
it's
not like the
Yeah.
default though.
how
But in,
many
like-
people's houses do you go into that have bidets?
like 1 in 100,000. I
like rich
only know one person who has a bidet, and it's Bobby Sue.
Yeah.
That is it. It is smarter. I want to have a bidet.
I do too.
It is better for you, probably.
It's a lot more cleanly, yeah.
I'm trying to get my asshole wet way more often than I do
Get
now.
it stimulated.
You gotta like shoot some water in there once a week to like just
Clean her out.
shake it up, shake off the flakes,
Shake it up.
But yeah, having a hairy ass is not helpful for toilet paper because it's like you're just like mushing shit around, literally.
Yeah.
What is there's like an analogy. It's like trying to pick up poop from grass. It's like obviously
Yeah.
it's not going to be clean.
Yeah, it's pushing it along the grass. So, but yeah, it's a problem. I gotta get my hands on one of those. Oh, there is kind of a big news thing that I should tell you guys about. It's a temporary thing. It's major, but it's temporary. We don't know 100%, but we'll probably be moving to New York for a year. So I'd mentioned this to Caitlin. I don't know if I told you or not.
Well, I found out.
Yeah, Maya posted on TikTok, and we're like, why didn't Matthew tell us?
Well, I've had a lot going on. We don't even know for sure yet, so I'm like kind of like hesitant because she got the scholarship, but she doesn't know. She still has to apply and be accepted.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she'll be accepted if she has a hefty scholarship, but
Yeah.
she's just wanting to do a year.
That's
So,
cool though.
That's really cool.
We still don't know if we're gonna do like New Jersey because we don't want to live in the city. That's fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
that would
Because
be-
the school is at the bottom of Manhattan, like right next to the World Trade Center. So it's like
Damn,
no,
so
I
it's
know
like-
the whole time I'm gonna be like anywhere near that place. I'm like,
But so have you thought about like the logistics of it all?
We've mentioned it. Like we'll have to find jobs and stuff and a place to live. That's like the extent that we've thought about it. We'll probably not have a car if we can use the transit system. Like if we can use trains or subways or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because driving in New York City apparently is not fun.
No, you don't want to.
No. So
promise.
she mentioned just selling both of our cars while we're there, and then I don't know if we should sell our car. I think she should give her car to her mom, so that'll be one less thing to pay or worry about because she's paying monthly. It's like she's financed it, and my car is paid off, so I could probably just hold on to that I did have plans to buy Mom's car, but I don't have the money anymore.
Yeah.
I'm broke as shit now.
What you should do is Maya should go to school in New York and she can live in the dorms there, and then you could stay at Mom's and go and visit her every weekend.
But like my insecurities would eat me alive the whole time. Be like, but I'm 1,000 miles away. She's out there getting fucking dick down, and
Oh
I'm
my
just here at
God.
home. No, but like that is the way I think, and so I'm like, I'm going there just so I could be like, it sucks. I don't like doing long distance.
It kind of reminds me of like you've seen The Office, where Pam goes off to art school and Jim stays back. He like stays in Scranton and she's off. I think she's in New York or something.
It sounds familiar. I can't remember.
I that was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, what if that's what he's doing
I would hate that though. I like
for a whole year?
even for like insecurities aside, I would hate.
You miss her.
Yeah, I would miss her. Like I just had a week without her, and that was horrible. I'm like a dog waiting at the front door. Like
Ow.
it was fine though. I mean,
Realistically, a year for a long-term relationship is not a long time.
It's not that bad.
No,
but
it's not a long time.
I mean, we've only been together for not only, but we've been together for 5 years. So that'd be like 1/6 of the
Yeah.
time we've been together. So like that's a decent. I mean, if we've been together for like 30 years, and like a year would be nothing, but.
What if she's like offered a job that she can't refuse down there?
Oh, I'm like, I literally told her, I'm like, if there's anything like
In the
intimate
field.
scenes or stuff like that, or like anything, I'm like, literally think about you first.
Yeah.
Like we're like, we're in this together, but we're separate at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't hold back on anything that would get you further in your career if you're worried about how I feel about it. Like that,
Oh.
you shouldn't worry about how I feel about it. You know what
What
I
do
mean?
you mean? Do you mean like intimate? What do you mean?
Like if there's like a sex scene or something.
Oh,
like,
that's not what I was meaning.
Or-
she's gonna be an actor.
yeah, she's want to be.
That's a good thing to clarify.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
That's like, honestly, that's so amazing though. Like, that has to be like her dream, right?
Yeah.
What she's doing.
Her
Like,
her main dream was like singing,
Yeah.
but you know there's avenues that she can
Yeah,
access from
like-
just being there.
Like, I feel like an actor could easily be in like a, what's it called?
Musical.
Yeah.
She's wanted to do theater.
So literally, that's like an amazing opportunity. Like,
That's why I'm like
that's
literally
in
like
New York.
I'm
Hello.
like don't
She
even.
can't pass that up.
No.
I'm like
can't.
don't even. When you think of opportunities, don't even fucking think about what I feel about it. Do what you want to do because I don't want to hold you back from anything. I have my
Honestly-
own feelings. Separate it from what it is. You know what I
That's
mean?
honestly true love to me. I think.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like watch a movie, and she's gonna get her fucking. She's gonna be getting
Cheats.
back shots. God damn it!
Well, I feel like to an extent, like her chasing her dreams,
Yeah.
and like you saying to go for her dreams.
Yeah, like
But then it's like I think there might be a few things where it's like if she has to like actually get her cheeks clapped, maybe not.
like a Game of Thrones type
Oh.
thing. Because some of those sex scenes are I heard real, but I don't know how true that is.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Be a Targaryen
I mean, she could. She's just blonde.
because she's blonde. Yeah,
She could be Mother of the Dragons.
that would be so badass.
That would be pretty bad. I can't see Maya in that light. I just
In a serious role.
yeah, I don't see. I mean, Maya could do it,
Yeah.
but like in my mind, we're so unserious with each other that it would be like really funny to me, like seeing her like be for real. I'm like, come
Why
on,
is she
dude.
only going for a year?
Because there's it's like a contingency or something. It's like there's a 1 year or 2 year at this school. There's like 2 years. Oh, and plus money's just not there. Like
Yeah.
the scholarship covers like maybe half of what the tuition is. So 2 years would be way too much to do.
I mean, she could get another scholarship.
She could.
too.
I mean, depending on how it goes.
Yeah.
And you know what happens in that year, that really just sets up what happens next. There's still a lot of questions. Like that one role, I don't even know if I should be talking about it. The one that she was casted for, she still has to like go through the process of like getting accepted fully because the guy is like, we think you're perfect for whatever this is, and I know nothing about it. But yeah, no, she got casted for to be a voice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A voice thing in a children's show. There's this guy. He's like I can't remember if it's Puerto Rican or Cuban, or not Cuban, Guatemalan. But he's like a Spanish producer who's based in a Spanish country and he's coming to America to try to, you know, get an audience here, based in Miami, I want to say. But she's like, well, we'll see how that goes. You know, hopefully I can just send in, you know, lines.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be kind of a conflict issue if she's going to school in New York and she has a job in Miami.
That would be
fucking suck.
crazy.
But
so that's separate from like the scholarship.
yes,
Okay.
That was she auditioned. The like audition thing, like competition. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It's like a showcase, and there's agents there that were like, doing selections or whatever, like finding talent.
Mm-hmm.
And
Scouting.
Yeah, scouting, and she got a callback, and that's what this whole thing is about. But
That's so cool.
So
Do you know like what the TV show is yet, or just
No.
that it's just a kid show?
It's a kid show. I'm assuming animated.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know like the quality or the. I mean, we assume this guy is like. He has a seat at a showcase, you know, scouting for talent. You know, we're assuming that it's somewhat budgeted. It's
Well,
not.
if it's on like Netflix or something.
I mean, that'd be cool. Like my mind went straight to Coco Melon.
That
But,
would be cool.
It's a new show. It's nothing that's been like established.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's still a lot of questions on, you know, if it's successful, then great. But if not, then at least you got the experience and you can put it on your resume.
That
It's-
alone is so valuable.
Either way,
Yeah.
it's good. But yeah.
How are you feeling about it though? Like moving there?
It's scary, but I mean, we'll be okay. I looked it up. There are a decent amount of jobs up there. Like, I even told I'm like, worst case scenario, I'll just work at Amazon. Just do like loading trucks. I'm like, I'd be all right.
New York has like great job opportunities. For example, the field I'm going into, accounting, because that's where Wall Street is. Like, think about it. Like, there's a bunch of finance and accounting jobs.
Her
out
school
there.
is in the financial district.
Yeah.
So it's like right there next to all that shit. So like, I don't know.
Are you still gonna be doing school when you're there? Or?
I don't know if I'd even be allowed to do school out of state because I would have to change my address.
Oh.
So I don't know if I would have to, if it would cost more. I might just wait until after I get back to resume. I just don't know the rules on all that. Because I don't want to transfer my credits to a local school and then them not count when they come back, or if I transfer to NKU or, you know, a university. There's too many questions. I'm sure I can just call my advisor and ask, but I'd almost rather just put a pause on it, resume when I come back.
Take a year break.
A year break from a 4-year hiatus. I like didn't go to school for 4 years. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then I'm like, all right, I'm taking another break. 1 8-week semester. All right, I'm done.
You should be able to just do it online and then
I thought so.
take your classes while you're living in there.
Yeah.
And you can put your address as mom's address so you don't get the bumped up. Well, you have to live, okay, so like out of state tuition, you have to live in that state for like a year. So you would be good for a full year.
Oh, okay.
Before they would bump up your tuition, technically.
Because I still haven't updated my address when I moved from mom's.
Yeah.
My address is still mom's on my license.
You could leave it like that and
Well, I
still
shouldn't.
get the out-of-state tuition. Or the in-state tuition.
And you still get mail there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I got like one. I forwarded my mail to my current address, but Gateway still sends mail to mom's. So maybe if I just leave that, like you're saying, leave that address alone, I could probably still update my ID, whatever state I go to, because we're trying to see New Jersey because it's cheaper. Connecticut is like an hour north of the city, so that's also an option. Just like the surrounding area around Pennsylvania, maybe, I don't know.
So she would just have to commute to the school, like, for her classes.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to keep it within half an hour.
Yeah.
But depending on, you know, how expensive things are, we'll just have to wait and see. But it's
that is so exciting though.
Yeah.
Like going to like New fucking York and living there.
Yeah.
Or around there.
It feels like I'm making it up. Like I feel like I'm lying.
It sounds like a movie.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
even
I'm lying.
kidding.
Like it doesn't. It probably just feels like that because we haven't flushed out details, so it still feels like a
dream.
an idea.
When will this happen?
The semester starts in January. Wrong J month.
Okay.
January. So probably by December at the latest.
Okay. I for some reason thought it would be like August, like next month.
No,
I was like,
no,
damn,
no,
this
no.
is quick.
It is.
Yeah.
It'll be a few months.
Okay, good. So you have time to like prepare.
Yeah, we have plenty. We have like 6 months to, or more like 5 to figure shit out. But
That's good.
And are you okay if we continue to do
yeah,
the podcast?
dude, that was like not even like do whatever. Like
I talked to Becca about it, and she's like, I feel bad.
No, we can do something where like I can pop in maybe for occasional guest appearance, or we can just resume when I get back. I mean, you guys continue, but I'll come back in when I come back.
Yeah, because it'll only be a year.
Yeah, like a year in a people live to like 60 something. 1 year there.
Not New York.
Not New York. No, they live to like 29.
29.
All the big stars. Anyways, but
That's crazy though.
yeah, that's gonna be fucking wild.
You know.
Because I've only ever lived in Kentucky. Like, I know you were Ohio and Caitlin was Oklahoma and then Ohio and then Kentucky. But I've always just been fucking born and bred KY.
I've been wanting to go to New York, and Justin is not a fan of big cities. And he's like, you don't even really like big cities. You want to think you do, but you don't because you don't like crowded spaces.
Yeah.
It is going to be very
But when
overwhelming.
you go to New York, when Maya goes to school, I'm going to come up and visit you just so I can go to New York.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because Justin, there's no way he would plan a trip up there. There's no way.
I don't blame him. I mean, I'm only going because there's opportunity with Maya. I wouldn't go if it was just me.
I feel like the only reason that I could get Justin to New York is if I got a job in New York that was paying like bukus of money, because then I'd be like, this is $130,000 job. Like, we can't, a year, you can't pass that up.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, fine. And he would hate it the whole time.
You could be a
Yeah.
stay-at-home husband at that point.
I mean, not in New York. That's not like bukus of money in New York.
Oh,
Matthew could be if Maya makes it big.
that's the dream.
Yeah,
Just be like,
dude.
come home and I'm watching the. Oh, hi, honey. I'm just about finished.
You'd have to travel around with her and stuff, and
That's fine.
so much
Dude.
fun.
That's fine.
Like the opportunity. Like this is such a fucking. The door is swung open.
Yeah.
It's wide open for her.
You're letting all the cold air out.
It was kicked open.
You're letting the AC out.
What's Maya doing right now?
Working.
You should tell her to come over here so she can talk about it.
Well, she would. She fucking hates her job.
Yeah. You're like,
So,
just leave on your lunch
yeah.
break. And
As
don't
she
come
leaves,
back.
she's like, "I'm gonna make it big, guys," and then it's like a whole dramatic scene.
They're all like, okay.
Like,
Good luck, I guess.
Bye.
bye.
Like, don't forget to turn in your badge.
Sorry, you didn't get the reaction you probably wanted
What do you mean?
because I knew about it before. You,
Oh, it's fine. I was
figured
more
you-
worried about bringing it up.
I was
anyway.
waiting for you to say something, but I figured you were gonna wait for the podcast to say.
Honestly, I forgot that you didn't already know.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, because I told Caitlin and Justin, and I like told people, and was like, I couldn't remember who I told and who I didn't tell.
You mentioned briefly about when we got together for the 4th of July. You mentioned how like she was in New York at the time, and like
No, she was in Florida.
Florida. Sorry,
Yeah.
she was doing like something, but you didn't like give a whole lot of details. So I was like, oh,
I gave a shit ton of details to Mom just before, and so when everyone was there, it was like I had already explained it, so I couldn't remember what I already said and what
Yeah,
I didn't.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
when Matthew goes for a year, editing will be a lot easier because then we'll
One
only
less
have
camera.
like 2 cameras.
true. Can you leave now?
Yeah,
I
just
can.
go.
I mean, I can.
No, I'm
I can
kidding.
quit my job. It just sucks because I just got a raise at my job, like a
Oh,
$2
yeah.
raise. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna be there for the next couple of months at least. But
Are you nervous about trying to find a new job there?
I'm a little bit, but I know once I'm up there, it'll be all right.
Because you won't know anyone.
I mean, I don't really know anyone here.
True.
You know, like at least professionally.
If I were to go out and pursue my dreams, I wouldn't be living in Kentucky.
Yeah, same.
Like, there's
And-
nothing here, man.
And I'm like, no, to me, there's everything here. There's you, there's Becca.
I mean, like job wise, like
No,
career wise.
it's really hard to find jobs here. Like Momo, I don't want to leave everyone behind. And then there's also Jay. He's 13. He's in school. We
Yeah.
had to move away from him.
Yeah.
So if I were to move, it would be when he had his driver's license, when he was like
Yeah.
15, 16. If I were to even consider it.
Yeah. I guess the lack of responsibility is like the biggest thing in all this.
Yeah,
like,
when you're young, you can do
Like, I
a
don't
lot
have a kid to
more.
worry about yet. you know, I don't really have like that many payments. Like I could like probably cancel half of my monthly recurring payments and be fine.
Your subscriptions.
Like, yeah, I'd probably be all right. I just had getting a job is the biggest part. Getting a job and finding a place. We just got to figure out where.
Like my dream job would be probably I'd have to move to Texas because I would want to work at Toyota.
I don't know if you want to work at Toyota.
Why?
I don't trust them anymore, man. Once they're just like, we're moving.
Well, they took like years for them to move.
It took yeah, probably, but
Or maybe Georgetown, but that's a plant. I would need like an office
Toyota's a
building.
plant too. I mean, they got office buildings everywhere. Like every Toyota location, they have an office. Like there's one in Indiana and there's another one in Kentucky, but it's just not the same. It's not the North America manufacturing, you know. But
I'd want to work in the big building.
yeah, you want to work in a corporate type setting. I get that. Well, you don't want to get your hands dirty building vehicles.
That's what Chuck said. He said that the best option would be to the Texas one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want to move. Like, I just wouldn't feel okay because I can literally call if I'm in any kind of situation. I have a small list of people that I can call to help me. If I were to move out of state, I would lose all my support system.
Yeah, no, that's...
And I don't want to give that up. And plus, I enjoy, like, example, with Becca, I can be like, hey, I'm coming over. And I could just come over.
Yeah.
Versus if I lived in Texas, it'd be like, hey, when are you going to visit me? Or, hey, I'm going to come visit you. I'd have to make planned trips to Kentucky to visit everyone. And that'd be a whole thing. And I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. Texas is just too far away.
It is pretty far.
Like, New York wouldn't be so bad. I mean, one of my main goals, I don't have a set future because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do because there's multiple branches in accounting, so I don't know which field I want to go into. But another goal could be finding a fully remote job and then I can live wherever I want.
That would be ideal.
Like move somewhere for like a year or two, get the experience I need, and then apply for a remote job and then move back.
But yeah, the flying CVG to whatever airport, I mean, it can't be that long, like, of a flight. So it's probably not going to be that expensive. I don't think there'll be many. I mean, you'll probably have to do, like, a layover type thing. But, I mean, I'll probably still make it for, like, the majority of, like, holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just see, you know, what the money's looking like. But
Well, I'm glad it's only a year and you're not moving. I feel like I would feel devastated if you moved permanently somewhere.
Yeah, it wouldn't be permanent unless or I shouldn't say unless she, because this is her endeavor, I'm just along with it. Unless she found something that was permanent and that was, you know, like if she got like into Broadway or something and they paid her really good or.
You could not like pass that.
No,
up.
absolutely not.
Absolutely no
Absolutely
way.
not. So
Yeah, if she makes it like big, like on the big screen big,
yeah,
then that would be okay if you moved wherever because then I'd be like, I want to visit you, and you guys would have the money to be able to send me out there. Yeah.
Travel wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, you'd be able to be like, okay, here's a plane ticket.
Yeah.
You know, because plane tickets are expensive and traveling's expensive.
Yeah, but flying is hell of a lot quicker than driving.
Yeah.
So, and there's less things can go wrong.
I feel all emotional because you're my little buddy and I don't want you to leave.
Don't call me your fucking buddy. I ain't your buddy,
I don't
guy.
want you to leave. I'm glad it's only a year,
It's
but I'll miss you. Like I said, I'll visit you.
It wouldn't. It would be harder. I mean, obviously, if she were to do that, it would be harder for me to decide what to do if it was permanent. But it's not permanent.
Okay, so if Matthew moves somewhere permanently, what me and you will do is we'll move to wherever he moves and we'll live there.
No, why would you guys uproot? Like your.
Because we love you.
Yeah, because we live. Because
But
we
it's fine. I'll
we
just
have
come down.
unhealthy attachments.
I'll just I would just fly down and visit. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's still family here. I mean, I wouldn't just like be a stranger.
I think it's just part of growing up is people leaving.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's impossible to ever see him again. It's not like
It's
even
not
if
dying.
No.
we could still go visit. I mean, like Mike and Chelsea, they live in Oklahoma, and I usually go visit at least once a year.
Yeah.
And now you're abandoning us, Matthew. I'm just kidding.
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding.
God.
I want you and Maya to fucking thrive
But
and have an
it's-
amazing life.
Like I said, it's temporary. Like she had the option between 3 schools, one in Miami, New York, and then LA. And I was like, whoa. I was kind of like steering her towards New York because
Go
that's where.
Miami. Go Miami.
Well,
Do
no,
Miami.
because theater is in New York.
Yes.
She wanted to do theater.
Yes.
LA is cool. There is more opportunity there, but it's also like 3 time zones away. And like it would be like a real disruption to our life and life at home, that 3-hour difference.
And
And-
it's more expensive than New York.
Way more expensive. And you know, they're both major cities. There's like they are the like 2 major cities in America. Like New York and LA is like the first cities that people think of when they think of America. I mean, of course they're both expensive. If we live, I'm just assuming California, like just living there in general is way more expensive. And it's like, if you want to work in LA, you have to live in California. Whereas with New York, it's like within an hour of like 3 or 4 different states.
Yeah.
You know, so there's more options with New York, and it's more of what she would want career wise. Miami is cool. What were you saying?
I was just saying it makes the most sense for New
It
York.
makes the most sense. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grind really hard and become like the CFO of a giant company and make millions of dollars a year. And then I'll build us a compound so we can all live together forever.
No thanks.
She's gonna
No
trap
thanks.
us in cages, guys.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
Entrapment.
terrified.
I'll build you a house. And you
I
can live in
have
it for
breaking
free.
news. Justin, I'm moving to Alaska. Goodbye.
Alaska would be fucking crazy.
Goodbye. Yeah,
Where milk is
Alaska would be
$20 a
great.
gallon.
Bon voyage.
I like the smack at the end.
I'm fucking hungry, dude.
I told you to go stop and get food and bring it back.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what you meant.
Yeah.
No,
You said to
I'm
go
fine.
fetch it, or what
Yeah, I
did
was
you say?
like,
That's
go
fine.
fetch some food.
Chick-fil-A is too far away.
No, you said McDonald's, and then I was gonna be like, okay, get me this because I'm hungry too.
I'm just gonna get it on the way home.
Okay.
I hate driving in Covington.
Imagine driving New York.
No, I know. That's why I'm
that
like,
would be the worst thing ever.
Uber and cabs
Yeah.
are gonna be, you know, public transit where
Uh-huh.
I don't have to like drive on the street and,
Or
you know,
ideally, just walk.
walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get my steps in.
Make a funny face for the thumbnail right now. Or like yeah. I have to like go through and search for it,
Yeah.
and it takes so long. Like
That's why I never mess with it. I just found a screenshot where we're all like laughing and then I just throw
Yeah.
text on it and I'm like, let's go. Minimal effort.
I put too much. I like overdo my thumbnails, but
Since
I enjoy
you
it.
started doing like more like better than Matthew's thumbnails.
Well, yeah. I've not hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
No.
No, our views like went up slightly.
I don't think it's because of the thumbnails.
I think it is because it's clickbait. Like when you see a video and the thumbnail sucks, you don't want to click on it.
It didn't suck. He didn't make bad thumbnails.
They suck.
I made my thumbnails based off of another podcast who would just do like a border, like the Matt and Shane Secret podcast. They would like just do text and then a random screenshot, no effort, like the same border every time around the frame, and then like just the title with the episode number. That was it. So like I kind of just had that same idea of well, they are like the biggest podcast on Patreon. They're number 1 there, and they're like top 10 listen to pod. I don't know. It was just kind of reminiscent of that, and it was super low maintenance, and it, you know.
I think you were going for more simplistic vibes.
Yeah,
And
like-
I'm going for like you're gonna burn your eyeballs looking
Yeah,
at this.
retinas are gonna be
detached.
yeah.
But I
Optic
enjoy
nerve.
I enjoy doing that stuff, so I kind of like overdo it.
I love it.
You kind of are you still going for graphic design?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of like your field house,
Yeah.
you know?
I get excited when I do it. I'm like, "Ee."
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of our thumbnails are clickbaity because it'll be like, Caitlin has scabies.
Well, that was the first one, and I feel like I've made it more.
We met Mothman.
Okay, yeah.
Now, that one I was like, did we?
No.
Because remember, I was like,
We just mentioned Mothman. Like we fucking met
no.
him in the
Because remember
flesh.
the whole bit of like, we're like, oh my god, we have a giant light. He's gonna come in here, and then all of a sudden there was like a weird noise, and we're like, is he here?
I forgot about that.
No, I love it. I love that stuff.
Okay.
The more crazy, the better.
Okay.
I promise you, because you want to stand out, so you got to get as crazy as possible.
But maybe I'll move to New York one day because that's a good place for graphic design.
Okay, we'll all move to New York,
Yeah.
and I'll find some kind of ranch down in New Jersey.
It's gonna be one of those things. As soon as like you guys move to New York, be like, we're actually moving again.
LA, bye. On
Yeah.
the other side.
Oh, dude, LA is so fucking scary just because of the fault line. Like I
Yeah.
believe that they are for real overdue for like a massive fucking quake, and I would not want to be there when it happens.
California is one place that I will never live.
Yeah.
No matter what.
People say it's
Never.
really dirty there, but I feel like New York is gross too.
I've
York
been
is
to
pretty gross.
both. I've been. LA is scary. I was there by myself. It's very crowded. The people on the like, if you think Ohio drivers are bad, it's like Speed Racer, but everyone. You know how sometimes you'll be driving in Ohio and there'll be a car going around all the other cars. Everyone does that. That was my experience. I don't know. I was only in LA for one day, so I don't know. That's not really a good
Comparison.
Yeah. So I don't know how LA actually truly is because I was mostly in San Diego, which
I
San
feel like-
Diego was beautiful, and I really it was really beautiful down there compared
Did you
to
see
LA.
the Full House?
Yeah, I drove there and I went inside. And
Wow.
there was Uncle Jesse there.
He was like my first crush. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know.
Damn, you are 30. Holy shit.
30.
Anyway,
Becca's not.
I'm
30.
not 30, dude.
So yeah,
I'm
Matt,
27.
don't move to LA, okay?
no, I don't want to move to LA.
Like move like to like I don't know. I can't think of a state.
If mine moves to LA, I'm like, all right, we should break it off. This is where we part ways.
Aw, that would be
Just- no,
so
I'm
sad though.
Totally kidding. That was a
Just
joke.
move-
I would
I
not do
know,
that. Okay.
I was
Like,
thinking
oh,
of
that's
it.
that sucks, but that's really brave of you.
But like
letting her,
people do
let her
that.
fly.
That like happens.
Yeah.
Just move a state next to LA. Like
Nevada,
California.
the
Yeah, like
shitty
Nevada.
desert. Everything over there sucks.
New Mexico.
Why would I want to do that? I'd rather just.
We can move to New Mexico and do Breaking Bad.
No, dude, New Mexico fucking sucks. You have gravel as your fucking front yard. I wouldn't want that. I want to clean, maintain. I want it to be all perfectly level. And I'm like, I get down and I look at it like it's the fucking golf course, and I'm like, all right, we're perfect. We're
I like
golden.
how every time I go, Matthew looks at me because he's like, "What?" And then you see just the look of annoyance.
I'm
Like,
like,
why'd
oh,
you do that?
Yeah, that's what's
Why
just
do
about
men
anything.
hate that so much?
Because
It's like the worst thing a woman
because
can
I go into a like fight or flight. I'm like, okay, I'm the only guy here. They're gonna expect me to step up if something
do.
happens.
That's what goes through your mind.
And then it's like, oh, it's nothing. Fuck you. Like, oh, there's a fly in the room with us.
All right, Matt. If you have to protect us, there's a gun on my wall. The bullets are somewhere. You have to find them.
I'm-
It's like the most extreme escape room. I don't even know where the bullets are.
That's
It's
okay.
unloaded, but I don't know where the bullets are.
That's okay.
We have plenty of them.
It's
though.
a
They're
blunt-
just scattered throughout the house.
It's a blunt force
You
object.
just use it as like a club.
I wouldn't go all the way over there. I would just find something. Like if someone came in, I would have to find something immediate. Like I'd probably use your laptop.
Don't do that. I would dart to the
Oh,
corner.
I'm sorry. Would you rather fucking die?
Okay, Matt, you need to distract while I dart to the corner and let Lucy out.
That's not gonna do anything. She's not gonna for real do anything.
Yeah, but it would be scare tactic. It would be
Yeah.
enough for the dude to back up. So we
But
can climb
he's
out
just
the
gonna
window.
shoot her, and then what? Exactly.
I
You
would
cry?
be
You're
fucking
upset,
speechless.
But it would give us a second to climb out the fucking window.
That would give me enough adrenaline to rip his head off. If they shot Lucy, bitch.
Like, I can't stand TV shows where the dog dies. Like, it's like, why'd you have to do that?
I keep seeing TikToks. Wait, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
It's probably
Like
fish.
this scenario is coming to life right now.
You can't see out that window.
Yeah, maybe you can't because you're short. Motherfucker. I was just making sure I was getting towed. I hear the garbage truck, but I'm always like, when am I getting towed?
I saw this TikTok of this aggressive. I don't even know if it was a cop or a firefighter, but a car was parked like kind of like how yours is, like a foot from the hydrant.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they started busting out the car's windows because it was like close to the fire hydrant, and they're like, it's blocking it. But
Yeah.
there was like a foot in front of it.
I've seen that. I've seen
Like-
stuff like that.
They took the time as a house is actively burning down to bust out this car's windows because it was parked close to a fire hydrant. Hello?
When they, like, where I park, you can easily just put it in front. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Probably not.
Should we put a mic out the window?
The sounds of Covington.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like outside right now. It's probably fish fighting someone.
I'll jump in.
Dude, fish. Okay, he is my neighbor, and he is a drunk. And he's very loud. He gets aggressively drunk and will just spout nonsense into the air. And even when he's not drunk, the things that come out of his mouth doesn't make any sense. Like, he will tell you that he puts earplugs in, and he says it's to keep out the bad circulation. Jay's mom dropped him off here the other day, and then she drove up the street and stopped at the stop sign at the very top of my street, and Fish was up there riding a bike. Okay. And she was waiting for the traffic to clear, and he because he was drunk, he stumbled off his bike and like smacked into one of the buildings there and like slowly slid down the building like like a cartoon. And Jay's mom was like, rolled down the window, was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he was like, "You don't care about me!"
I mean, it's probably true, but
Like, and he started cussing her out, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that's why you don't interact. If you see him, do not interact, please. Avoid eye contact. Or you'll be stuck in a conversation and you don't even know where it's going because he'll talk about how people are out to get him.
or
Yeah, it's me.
a lot of people in like New York are crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like psychotic.
That's why we're not wanting to live in the city. We're just gonna be there for work.
When I went to New York, I had a dude come up to me on the subway, and I was drinking. I had a McDonald's drink in my hand. He's like, "Hey, can I have a drink of that?"
He asked. He was polite.
And I was like, "No." And I remember there were people come up to me. I was with Yaslene's family, and they all speak Spanish. And this dude came up to me, and he was like, "Blah blah." And I told him in Spanish. I was like, "I don't speak English." And so he started speaking Spanish to me, and I was like, what the fuck kind of world am I in?
You told him you don't speak English?
Yeah.
So you go, "Mi no hablo inglés," and he's like, "All right, let me start speaking Spanish."
Yeah, that's what he did.
So why did you tell him you don't know English?
He thought you were joking, maybe.
Well, because I didn't want him to talk to me. I wanted him to leave me alone.
Well, I think the way you're supposed to do it is to say it in English, right?
Yeah.
So they know.
No. I was 16.
No el español. Like, you just say no Spanish. I don't speak English. Okay, so you speak Spanish. I'm gonna start speaking in Spanish.
That's what the dude did, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he spoke Spanish. It was a random dude on the New York street. Like, he was like, "Hey, can I get blah, blah, blah? Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "No hablo inglés." I was 16. What do you want?
Why didn't you give him a hug?
Why not just be like, "No thanks"?
Because I was
There's
16.
no. No is the word that is shared between languages. No.
I was 16 and I was scared. Because people kept coming up to me and talking to me. Like, it was like, I was in the Bronx, though, so.
Well, it's New York, so I don't know.
No,
what
I might have
you're-
been in Times Square. I don't fucking know where I was at.
Does time move the same in Times Square?
No.
Damn.
Alright, I'm going to read a Reddit story.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for struggling to forgive my husband for his petty revenge on me? I feel crazy. My husband, 34M, and I, 32F, have been married for 6 years. 2 months ago, I stopped him from going to a bachelor's trip with his long-term school friends. I was okay and was kind of looking forward to him having fun until I learned he hid the fact that they would be doing a lot of adult-themed activities. Think strippers and happy ending massages as their party itinerary. It caused a huge fight as we've always maintained that this is a deal breaker for me, and the fact that he hid it from me made it worse. He argued that he only did it because my tendencies to overreact. And of course, he wouldn't engage in those activities, but it didn't mean he couldn't go. I would have been fine with him going if he would have told me their itinerary and trusted the fact that he would keep away. What he did broke my trust, and the only way I could see him earning it back is if he voluntarily told his friends that he couldn't come, which he did. At the time, he looked really apologetic, and we made up. He took me out shopping, and all was good. I bought some fashionable outfits and was looking forward to wearing them ahead of summer. Where we live, it was still a little cold, and I didn't get to immediately dress up in clothes I just bought. Also, most of the summer clothes had shrunk in the washer, so I practically only had my oversized casuals and the clothes I had just bought. A few weeks later, it starts to get warmer, and as I slip into my new dress, it feels tight. I'm confused. I tried them on in the store, and I'm a size 14. So no, I didn't get the wrong size from the store. Then another dress was tight, same as the pants and the other tops. I start feeling absolutely crazy. Had I just put on so much weight in the matter of a few weeks that my new dresses didn't even fit? I've always been a bit sensitive about how my body looks, and I remember telling my husband how excited I was about these new clothes that looked so flattering on me. I felt so good in all of them, and now they looked so hideous on me. I started to cry on the floor. I was too embarrassed to tell my husband this. I thought he would have noticed if I put on weight. I was a wreck. I was feeling crazy for a few weeks now. Even the clothes that I had before felt tighter. I don't know if it was a placebo, but it didn't help. My husband a few days ago during dinner said he wanted to confess something. He was snickering while saying this, and what he said absolutely crushed me. He said while I was gone to see my sister for a week, he had secretly taken all of my outfits that he knew I routinely wore and gave them to a local tailor to make them 2 sizes smaller. He said he paid him generously to stitch things faster, and said sorry, but it felt like a funny payback for what I had done from stopping him from going on the trip. I said that wasn't funny. He made me feel crazy. I was crying and screaming at this point. He severed my sense of self and made me feel ugly. Eventually, I tried to be okay, but I am not. I'm still reeling from what he did as petty revenge. It's been some time since he's confessed and offered to get them stitched back to the original size. I'm struggling with what he did. I want to forgive him. I never knew how resentful he was of me about that trip. Maybe it's my fault. I should have been more trusting. I knew he would never cheat. In my heart, I knew he would keep away. And his point of view, his petty revenge on me probably feels deserved. I would be mad too if he stopped me from doing something I was looking forward to. But still, if you were me, how would you feel? Has anyone had their spouse do petty revenge on them?
That is like psychotic shit.
That is absolutely psychotically fucked up. Like, who goes through the trouble to do something like that? Like, oh, she's out of town. I'm gonna go take all of her clothes to a tailor to have them stitched smaller.
That can't be real. I refuse to believe that's real.
You think?
You think it's fake?
It's too diabolical.
Yeah. I know some petty ass people though.
I feel like that would be really expensive too, to get all of its size.
Well, maybe they have money. I don't know. Like, I can't imagine getting that upset because your wife doesn't want you to go on a bachelor's trip that has happy ending massages. That tells me that he probably was going to participate in that stuff.
And
I
he's
think
like,
that OP needs to run.
And I think like he's like, well, if I do this, then the next time I lie or do something, she won't call me out on it because she's gonna be scared that I'm gonna do something like this again. Like some crazy psychotic shit that's like no one would even think. That is so weird.
I mean, that's just like taking all of your shoes and replacing the shoes with one size too small.
At first I thought you were gonna say he sized them all down so it would like help to motivate her to lose weight.
Yeah.
But it's like that would have been even like very fucked up. But like doing it out of spite.
Can you imagine sitting at a dinner table across from your husband and him like laughing and being like, so I played this prank on you, and it's been weeks since he's done it, and he's like, I just couldn't hold it in anymore. But this is what I did. And the whole time she's sitting there thinking that she's gained a bunch of weight. Because in her mind she's like, I just tried these on a few weeks ago. There's no way that they could be smaller. Like, how did I gain all this weight in a few weeks? Especially because she has body image issues. Which he has to know as her husband that she has body image issues.
So she's saying, am I the asshole? Like her? Or is she saying, is he the asshole? And it makes me really sad that by the end
she says that she wants to know if she's the asshole for struggling to forgive her husband. To forgive him after the petty revenge. No, I think that she should divorce him and leave.
Yep.
Because that is so fucking toxic. I can't imagine doing that to somebody I love.
Am I the asshole for asking my sister to wait at the airport? My sister's flight is landing at 11 and my parents' flight is landing at 1 today. And they asked me to pick up my sister and then go pick them up. I talked with my grandma and we all thought this was crazy. So I texted my sister and said, do you mind getting a ride home from the airport or waiting so I don't have to do 2 trips? A few hours later, I get a call from my parents and they were screaming at me and saying I caused all the problems and drama in the family and that I don't help out at all because I didn't want to go to the airport twice. My mom said I went behind her back and that she can't trust me and that I'm a jerk and a bad brother. From my perspective, this was an honest miscommunication and I really didn't think this would happen. I feel like my parents overreacted way too much and that they shouldn't have said all the rude stuff. Am I the asshole? There's an edit. Should I read the edit?
Yeah, I feel like it's important.
Okay. I picked up my sister from the airport and took her home. Not even 45 minutes later, my mom sends me a text to come pick her up. I say one of them should Uber and one of them should be picked up. That would be my solution.
I mean, yeah, and the parents probably should have Ubered because the sister was, I think, 16, 17.
I don't know. I mean, me personally, I would do it.
I mean, I probably would too, but I feel like this is a case of they're not respecting the OP's time.
Yeah.
They're just expecting them to go through all these hoops. Like, oh, just pick me up from the airport. Okay, that's fine. It's like they don't want to spend 4 hours of their day just driving back and forth from the airport. And to call them names and blow up on them because they didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I would pick them up after they said all that.
No,
I'd be like, you can Uber. But I don't think I would be like, I want my sister to wait at the airport for 2 hours. Like, I don't think I would do that. Because, like, either way, someone's going to be waiting, and I would rather it be me.
Yeah.
And, like, you just got off a flight, and you want to, like, get comfortable and, like, not be... Because I assume... I mean, I've been on a few flights, but, like, no one wants to be in an airport for too long. Or longer than they need to be.
Especially someone who's underage.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would have prioritized picking up somebody who's underage over parents who can take an Uber.
So the one that made the post wanted the sister to wait.
Yeah, she wanted... I think that the sister shouldn't have waited, but I think that there should have been better communication there.
So then who's the asshole?
The parents.
I feel like they're both the asshole. Everyone's the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Because making your 17-year-old sister wait 2 hours at the airport...
No.
I don't think I would have done that. But like I said, the parents expecting the OP to just dedicate 4 hours of their day to driving back and forth from the... Like, no.
I wonder... Why were they on separate flights?
I have no idea.
That's so weird. And the one was by themselves?
Yeah, they had the 17... I think 16, 17... I read it in the comments. That's the only reason
I feel like
that.
I feel like the parents, like, did something... fucked up for this 17-year-old to be on the flight by themselves.
Or maybe it was the cheapest way. Maybe they found a cheap flight for her, and then
that would make me so sad.
I don't understand that at all. Or why wouldn't the parents be on the first flight? That sounds like very poor planning. Like, have the parents be on the first flight, sit there and wait for the daughter to get off, and then they all get picked up together. Or just freaking Uber. It's 2024. It costs like $20.
Or the mom should use her fucking broomstick because she's a fucking witch. Except remove the W with the B.
Matthew, do you have any comments?
I mean, I don't believe just because it's a am I the asshole story that someone has to be an asshole.
Yeah.
True.
But I think some people had higher expectations of others, and I don't think that's really fair.
Yeah.
But I don't think... I mean, what happens after, I believe if you're going to blow up on somebody, I believe, put that energy elsewhere. It doesn't necessarily deserve to go to that person.
Especially if they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to do that.
Yeah. So, you can be upset for someone not, like, going out of their way and, but, like, blowing up on them is, they're the asshole for that. But I don't believe the situation itself where, the whoever's picking these people up, they would be stretching themselves too thin. So I don't believe they're the asshole for wanting to not do that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Solved. Like, I've gone to an airport and didn't have a ride, and I don't get angry at family members for them being like, oh, I can't come pick you up.
Yeah.
I just got an Uber and dealt with it. If you're traveling, you have to plan those expenses into your travel. Like, it was an expected cost.
Like, I think it would be different if they've had the conversation beforehand. Like, oh, I'll pick you up. But it sounds like a last minute thing.
Yeah.
Like,
or maybe they're like, oh, yeah, I'll pick you up. And then they found out it was 2 hours apart.
yeah.
And they were like, well, I don't want to do that. Sounds like I said, the parents aren't being respectful of OP's time. And OP also, like Matthew said, I don't think I agree with you. It doesn't have to be an asshole. I think it was just lack of communication. We could wrap it up now if you want to.
All right.
Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.